What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back. Thank you for joining me as we review this week's top 10 hottest Pokemon cards in the market. We will be reviewing alt art cards, several promo cards, cards from sets like Lost Origin that have been skyrocketing, and even some cards that have gone beyond 500% in value over the past month or two. It's insane. You gotta see it to believe it, so stay tuned to the very end. Folks, today's video sponsor, and I highly recommend you go check them out. It is none other than lowpopping.com, your source for high-end investment-worthy Pokemon cards. Lowpopping.com is and always will be your trusted source for high-end vintage and modern cards. Whether you are a collector of PSA, CGC, or BGS graded cards, or maybe you're an investor of sealed product, lowpopping.com is the place for you. They have some of the most unique items in the Pokemon TCG market for sale, and products ranging from extremely affordable all the way to absolute grail status. And as I always say, one of the best things about lowpopping.com is you can trade for or make offers on just about anything you see for sale. And don't forget, they have buy now, pay later options, and they do worldwide shipping, folks. By visiting lowpopping.com, you are supporting this channel tremendously. I cannot thank you enough for doing so. Go check out what they have available for you. Let me know what you pick up. The link to their website will be in the description of this video. Thank you so much. Alright, I'm going to show you 10 cards that have absolutely blown up in the past month or two. I'm going to try to provide several examples of each of these cards. So let's get started off with the number 10 card on today's list. It would have to be the Magikarp Wailord GX from Team Up. I've always thought has been an underrated card, especially recently with the explosion of alt art values. This Magikarp and Wailord in PSA 10 was selling not that long ago for about $620. Here's another sale for $610. But more recently, we saw a sale of $1,088 for this card as a PSA 10, and that is a 79% increase. I've always thought this alt art was very underrated in terms of value, especially being from the Sun and Moon era. This Magikarp Wailord GX is the number 10 hottest card of the week. The number 9 card on today's list, a lot of you pointed out to me in the last video, or in the comments section, it is this Umbreon Darkrai GX Black Star promo in PSA 10, was selling not that long ago for $440. Here's another sale for $450. But more recently, this card has been absolutely booming. Here's a sale recently for $620. Here's a very recent sale for $801 as a PSA 10, which is a 82% increase on this Black Star promo. So yeah, folks, Umbreon is the flavor of the year, and this card has got it. This is the number 9 hottest card of the week. Coming in number 8, I've been watching this card the past several weeks, and I feel like it's now worthy of being on a top 10 video. It is the Moltres Zapdos Articuno GX from the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box. This card was selling as a PSA 10 not that long ago for about $76. Here's another sale for $76, another one for $74. But most recently, we've seen a sale of $137.50 for this PSA 10 example, which is an 85% increase from what it was just a month ago. And if you don't know, this is one of the most graded Pokemon cards of all time. I can't remember how many PSA 10s I'll put up on the screen here, but there are a lot of graded copies of this card, but it is a phenomenal artwork. The stained glass Legendary Bird Trio has always been a fan favorite, and it is booming as of recently. This is the number 8 hottest card on the list. Coming in number 7, we have this Snorlax Pokemon Center ETB exclusive that in PSA 10 was selling not that long ago for about $360. Again for $340. But most recently, this card has nearly doubled in value, selling most recently as a PSA 10 for $660, which is a 94% increase on the value of this card. And right now, this card is in auction for $500, $600, even $700, so I can't wait to see what these auctions end at for this card. The Pokemon Center ETBs have been a hot commodity the past several months, and the promos that you get out of them, that includes the Charmander from the Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer box, even the Mimikyu from the Paldean Fates ETB. So yeah, the Pokemon Center ETBs have been on fire recently, which explains the value of this card rising exponentially. The number 6 card on today's list took me by surprise. It is the Charizard from Lost Origin that as a PSA 10 was selling for barely $50. Here's a sale for $52.26, another one for $52, another one for $50, but most recently we've seen this card about double. Here's a PSA 10 that sold for $89, another one that sold very recently for an even $100, and that is a clean 100% increase on the value of this card. Now, I have never been a fan of this card. It's just too lovey-dovey for me. Being a Charizard card, I don't like seeing Charizard like this. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Not a big fan of this card, but that doesn't matter because the price is absolutely going through the roof for whatever reason. This is the number 6 hottest card of the week. The number 5 card on today's list comes yet again from the 151 Ultra Premium Collection box. If you remember last week, we covered the Mewtwo from the UPC that was doing exceptionally well. This week, the Mew EX from the Ultra Premium Collection box has been doing very well also. As a PSA 10, this card was selling for about $142. Here's a sale for $125. But more recently, we have seen this card sell as a PSA 10 for $285, another sale for $295, another sale for $315, and that is a 152% increase on this promo card. So these promo cards from the 151 set have been doing exceptionally well. No real surprise, right? 151 has been one of the best sets in Scarlet and Violet. This is the number 5 hottest card of the week. Coming in at number 4 is another card from Lost Origin. It is this Pikachu Vmax that sold as a PSA 10 about a month ago for $78. Here's a sale for $76. And then here is a sale that went as low as $73 as a PSA 10. But more recently, this card has absolutely exploded, selling as a PSA 10 for $182. And then again for $192.50. And that is a 163% increase on this Pikachu Vmax. So it's not just the alt arts and illustration rares exploding. Some of these trainer gallery cards from the Sword and Shield era are also doing exceptionally well, like this Pikachu Vmax. This is the number 4 card on today's list. Getting down to the final 3, folks, and this is where it always gets super interesting. The number 3 hottest Pokemon card of the week would have to be the Gold Star Greninja Black Star promo from the Celebrations Elite Trainer box. This card was selling as a PSA 10 not that long ago for about $82. Here's a sale for $82 again. Another sale for $82. So as you can see, about $82 for this card. Here's a sale for $70, so it got even lower than that. More recently, this card has exploded, selling for $195. Again for $225, which is a whopping 221% increase on this Black Star promo. And yeah, this is an English exclusive card, I do believe. So it is absolutely booming this past week. What do you think about this Gold Star Greninja? Do you have one? Are you looking to sell it? Wouldn't be a bad time to do so. This is the number 3 hottest card. The number 2 card on today's list comes from Fusion Strike, a set where we always talk about the Gengar Vmax and the Espeon Vmax, but what about the Mew Vmax alt art? Just a month or two ago, this card was selling as a PSA 10 for $147. Here's another sale for $142. Another sale for $134. Pretty cheap for an alt art Mew Vmax. But most recently, this card has been selling as a PSA 10 for about $345. Here's another sale for $355, another sale for $381, all the way up to $442, which is a 230% increase on this alt art from Fusion Strike. Might not be such an underrated card anymore. This Mew Vmax is the number 2 hottest card. Which brings me to the number 1 card on the list that has had some mind-blowing sales the past couple of weeks. It's just unbelievable what this card's selling for nowadays. It is the Chansey illustration rare from Twilight Masquerade that was dirt cheap just a month or so ago, selling as a PSA 10 for $41. Here's another sale for $41, and it even went as low as $34 for a PSA 10. But boy, look at the sales in today's market. Here is a PSA 10 that sold for $190, another sale for $202, another sale for $222.50, and that is a whopping, mind-blowing 553% increase on this card in just a month or two. Twilight Masquerade, I can safely say, has surprised us all with cards like this Chansey here, the Eevee illustration rare, the Greninja special illustration rare. There is a lot of value in this set. And this card right here is the #1 hottest card of the week. Whoo! Over a 500% increase. That is insane. This market is just on fire. Let me know what you thought of these cards in the comments below. Don't forget to go check out lowpopping.com. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in my next one.